Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Serial Experiments Lain Episode 4. So, yeah, this show is wild. I am ready to be continued mindfucked going on. I've said it many times that, this show is very confusing but very intriguing too. My biggest fear is my friend didn't tell me what happened, but kind of mentioned that you don't entirely get full answers, kind of thing. From what it sounds like, a lot of it is left up to speculation, which I usually I like being like for the majority of the show being like mind fucked, but then I like when they explain it in the end, typically. So we'll see how I like this show's ending. But either way, I'm looking forward to learning more and the best I can, and coming up with my own theories, and then go and reading other people's theories once I'm done the show. So, anyways, last episode we had some weird stuff with Lain. People talking about Lain of the Wired with a very different personality and everything. The apology from Lain and being like Arisu, like she's confused and like having a hard time saying the name is like really threw me off. I was confused. We had the police calling the parents and no one answered, yet when she went home everyone was there, so it's like what's up with that? And we had her hearing voices on the train a bit. We have this psych chip that she was putting in the computer, and then, at the very end of the episode, we had the sister talking to her and had that weird moment where her personality just completely changed, and it was almost like a digital effect or something on her, it felt like, or almost like it like freezed from like a VCR or something, like paused VCR or something like that, and it was like, "Hi, Oni-chan," or whatever she said, and that was like very weird as well. So crazy stuff. I've said all my theories in the discussion of last episode, so let's just watch this one and see what happens. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Present day. Present time. All right. Opening. All right. Lain of the Wired. Yeah, it's like I feel like there's some kind of like mixed reality going on, of course. Like it feels like I'm at the point like thinking crazy stuff like the world we see Lain moving around in might not even really be reality. Like that could be in the Wired or some crazy crap, right? But like we see this opening where we have Lain on so many people's like TV screens and everything, and it's like I don't know if that's just a part like symbolism for the opening kind of thing, but yeah, I don't know. Or I'm even at the point where like, for all I know, Lain could be like the sentient thing within the computer that's enticing people to like commit suicide and come enter or something. I don't know. It's There's so many possibilities of where the story could go. All right, here we go, guys. Hmm. Religion. It's also interesting that they call the episodes layer. Almost like as we get farther in, we're like peeling back the layers to the truth kind of thing. What is happening? Was that dust coming out of it, or was it like burning? Okay, creepy dad. Not gonna scold her for tearing her computer apart, not gonna help her with her project, just gonna look at her weirdly and walk away. Alright. Hmm. What a weird dynamic. Huh. Alright. What is this guy up to? Uh-oh. It's gonna be some creepy kid. What? What you running from, man? Yep. Creepy kid. Nope. I'm out. I'm done. Man. I wish I knew how creepy kids could be when I was younger. I wish I could be a creepy kid like that and just stand at like the end of a dark hallway and just stare at someone and just scare the shit out of them. Oh. So, oh god, that's creepy. That is not the voice of a child. Okay, gotcha. Another one. Hmm. She almost seems a little different, doesn't she? Yeah, she never really like smiled and talked before. Hmm. I don't even know if she smiled like a single time outside of the opening. Oh, so the Wired is. Huh. I prefer a machine than friends too. Huh. She has. Oh shit, it's a kid. Gotcha. That's definitely not the voice we heard before! What is happening? Look at all those plugs. Jesus. That is like. Where'd she get all that extra technology? It was only like a little chip before. Right? She was only supposed to attach that before it was like the thing on the desk, and now she has a freaking server room and multiple monitors and. Jesus. Alright. We're back to Siberia. Is this where her friends went? Is that why we're seeing this? What? Phantoma. This show never ceases to stop confusing me. Was she actually there and asked that? Like, what was that? Oh, is it the kid again? It's like he was looking at a game or something, right? It was like through his vision he was seeing like it looked like a dungeon kind of thing. Oh shit, is that Lain? Like, how is reality mixing with like digital space like this? Because that's not what's in front of this guy. Like that area. So he's like seeing into the Wired or something like that from reality. What the heck? Oh shit. Does that stop it? Oh shit! This is crazy. So is this still happening to him even after he broke his device? Hmm. Ugh. Nope. Tuh. Uh-oh. Jesus. Uh-oh. I was gonna say, does he have unlimited ammo? Huh. Now, the question is, what did he do in... Oh, God. Why are there two sheets there? Okay, so he's on one. I thought he was going to be one of them. Because it seems like his body's under them, right? One looks smaller, like it could be the child. One looks bigger, right? Did he, like, kill the mother and the child and didn't realize it? Okay, it looked a bit different from that angle. I have no idea what's happening. Lane's, like, watching this? Shit. I think he really did kill her. Hmm. Huh. Hmm. This dad is creepy as hell. Hmm. And that's what some other people are doing. shit. So he didn't know what it was. She is changing very quickly. Shit. Alright, well. Huh. Just seeing a bunch more segments of like the Wired kind of thing, maybe conversations going on. Oh shit, the guys! Maybe? Is that what that is? So the guys with like the red eyes before. Yep. These fucks. Who are these guys? And what do they want? Oh shit. Oh shit! She is gaining some control, alright. Are they potentially part of this Knights group? Although they said they're not people, they're more of a concept. Whew. I think that's going to be the end of the episode, isn't it? Maybe, yep. Wow. Well, we got a bunch more information, but also a bunch more questions. It seems like a running theme with this show. Alright, so, I mean, we have Lain, who is now kind of radically changing, right? Like, and I wonder if it has to do with the psych chip, right? Because last episode she was working on installing this psych chip, right? And maybe as she completed the process, she was talking to her sister, and that's when suddenly her personality changed. So maybe it had to do with like the psych chip messing with her own psyche. And now this episode we see her, smiling and talking to her friends in a way that we never really seen before. Usually she's very like, straight faced and quiet, and she usually only replies in like a few words and everything. And now she's like more smiley and like talking about like the suicide and stuff like that, like and taking part in conversation with her friends, whereas before it felt like she was way more standoffish. So, and even with her parents and everything, like the way she talked to her dad being like, "Oh, I think the lines are more blurred." So there's some kind of connection between the digital world in this show and the physical world in this show, and somehow they're able to manipulate it in various ways, and it's really interesting. All right, guys, that is it for episode 4. So, like, I don't know what was up with the creepy kid. I mean, well, I guess I know what's up with the creepy kid. It was like, gotcha, right? So, like I just said, there's some kind of mix between reality and this digital world. And it seems like there were people that were maybe confusing the real world for the digital world kind of thing. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe that kid that said gotcha was just a normal kid playing tag, right? Like, we never saw what happened to the guy. He was terrified, but I think it's because they think they're in this game, like we have this merge of two games, right? An action shooter and a game of tag. And so the kid is chasing these guys and they're terrified of it because they don't want to be they're thinking they're in an action shooter and they don't want to be killed, right? And then the kids are just thinking we're just playing tag and he's just running from me, so it's normal. So the kid catches him and says gotcha kind of thing. But then the second guy that kid is, going after to just tag him is scared, pulls out this gun and shoots, and it's very unclear whether he actually killed that little girl in the real world or if it was just an in-game thing or what. Like, we had him like pretending, like having like an invisible gun in his hand, and we heard the shooting and the muzzle flashes and stuff like that. We saw the bullet wounds in the girl and everything, but how much of that was real and how much was that in the game, right? And stuff like that. So I don't know, but it's definitely like this crazy thing where this world seems to be almost merging with the digital one in different ways. Now, that is a bit more confusing than what Lain did at the end of the episode there, because I guess she didn't have any technology on her. She was in the room with her Navi, so maybe that was enough. But Lain was able to kind of like shout out like, "Go away," and I imagine it was Lain that blew up that guy's eye thing, the glasses thing that he was wearing. And that's really interesting too, because yeah, she didn't have like, it's not like she went on the computer and typed some code, right? She like commanded it and stuff like that. So kind of like the dad said, she's becoming more connected with the wired and gaining more control. And with this whole system she set up, she talked about how she's going to be able to like move freely within it and be like fully integrated with it soon. And that's like, it's just some crazy shit going on. Now, the other guy said, "Are you a PK?" He said that during the thing, and does he just mean like a player killer? Is that what they mean by PK? Because that's usually what PK means in a game, right? Or does it mean something else? Like, is it like P Knight or something to have to do with the knights or something? Is it like a Phantoma Knight or something? I don't know. But the fact that they didn't explain it to us, I feel like it's supposed to be like a gamer term rather than something within the game in the show. So I'm gonna go with like player killer kind of thing. But yeah, that is definitely some some crazy shit, and them talking about like there's this weird program, this weird hole of code kind of thing that is linking these two games together. I wonder if that's a similar thing, if there is like something off that is linking the physical world with this digital world kind of thing. I don't know. But it's certainly crazy and weird, and Lain is somehow tapping into this, and herself changing, like herself is being changed and stuff like that. And it's like, how did she ask that guy about the game? Was she actually there and then he answered and then it took him a little bit to turn around, so did she just leave? Or was that something where she somehow communicated through the digital world to him and he wasn't realizing it? I don't know. But just a lot of questions, a lot of weirdness. I did really like the effects of the game. It definitely reminded me of some like old school dungeon crawl games with like the way like how like the graphics looked for what the game was and stuff like that. It's really cool. And it's really interesting having this show being like their technology, because I mean this show is on the older side. I don't remember exactly what year. I think I knew when I started this show, but I can't remember now. But you know, the technology they have doesn't look super advanced. It looks like a lot of the stuff that, you know, we had in the early, like late 90s, early 2000s kind of thing. Except for her first Navi. Her first Navi was a little bit more crazy, and like, you know, some of the towers and stuff look a little bit, but when you look at like the internal bits and everything that she's working with, it definitely looks like, you know, RAM sticks and motherboards and stuff like that she has in there, and different PCIe cards or PCI cards and stuff like that. So it's definitely interesting, but yet we have this like very advanced, like wired, there's like an AI that's talking to her for, you know, it's almost like a Siri sort of thing, but it feels a little bit more like intellectual maybe than what our current Siri is and everything. So it's just a really interesting concept for the show to run with, and I can't help but think about like how, you know, they're working with like the knowledge of, because I'm pretty sure this was like, the show was late 90s, early 2000s, something like that when it came out. So it kind of makes sense that the technology would look like that technology around that time, but then they're giving it like this more sci-fi concept to it, which is pretty neat. But yeah, like, it's, I don't know. I don't even know what there is more to say. Now, they talked about the knights, right? Like, and they said the knights aren't specifically people, they're more of a concept, right? So they're more like a religion. It's something that people believe in, but that doesn't mean that there actually are these knights out there that are manipulating this digital space. But if there are, you know, if that religion type thing is actually based off something that is real, I wonder if it has to do with those guys, if they're like agents of the Wired and they see Lain as like a threat to it or something, and so they're watching her. I don't know. And that's why they're standing outside her place. That's why they have those goggles that makes it look like they're always like connected and stuff like that. So, but man, the fact that she was just able to break that was nuts. Oh. And it's like, we're only 4 episodes in, and I feel like we have so much crazy crap going on. Like, what's gonna happen in the coming episodes, right? Like, it's nuts. We still have so many episodes for how long it's felt since we started the show, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing, right? Like, because sometimes shows will be like, wow, we're already on episode 4. It doesn't feel like much has happened. But this one, it's like, wow, we're on episode 4, and it feels like everything has happened. You know, so the fact that we still have like 9 more episodes or something left, it's pretty crazy. So, anyway, yeah, the parent situation is definitely like weird still, where they're like, I guess they didn't want to worry the daughter. That I guess that did kind of seem normal after the fact, but where she was like, Lain is being weird. And the father was like, no, she's fine. And then the mother's like, you know, Maki right? And then he's like, yeah, she is. It's like they didn't want to worry their daughter, but then once the daughter was gone, they then talked about it for real, kind of thing. And then the father went to go see her and explained to her that the wired isn't, you know, isn't reality, and you need to like make sure you keep that separate. And she's like, I need to go deeper. So anyway, so I really think that's all I have to talk about. Like I said, there's a lot of interesting concepts being brought up this episode, and I'm really curious to see how it ties into the future with like these people that are witnessing the game but in reality, but it doesn't seem like they have any technology that is allowing them to see it, right? It's not like they're wearing like VR goggles or something, or from what I understand they're not. Even that guy broke whatever piece of technology he had on him, and whatever was affecting him still seemed like it was affecting him. So it's like, how is that possible? That's like one of my big questions. It's like, I'm starting to accept the fact that somehow the digital world is bleeding into the physical world and affecting people even without any electronic stimulus to activate it, right? But how is what I'm wondering. So, but maybe that is one of those vague questions we never get answered, or maybe it's something we learn in future episodes. But we'll just have to wait and see. So, anyways, guys, that's going to be it from me. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see 2 episodes ahead of time right now. You can do so on there through the early access tier. And also my Patreon show tier will have things like Sympho Gear and Better Call Saul that you can watch on there before it even releases to YouTube. So check all that out if you're interested. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.